Hey everyone, JCS StarCraft here, bringing you the third place match between Tarson and DIMAGA for the IEM Season 5. Action getting started here on Steps of War. DIMAGA spawning as the blue Zerg and Tarson spawning as the red Terran. The IEM Season 5, one of the biggest prize purses for StarCraft 2 since the launch of it, and I think the first really big official StarCraft 2 tournament. So very exciting play from some of the top pros all the way across. Has been a lot of fun to watch. I highly recommend that you download the entire replay pack and just kind of watch through a lot of the games. There a lot of different strategies coming out right now, and was very interesting because in the semifinals it was two sets of Zerg Terran, Hydra of course winning in his matchup between Tarson and himself, and Moro winning in his match between him and DIMAGA. A great series between him and DIMAGA, running all the way to 5 games. Unfortunately, DIMAGA just losing in that last round, but both players showing their StarCraft 2 prowess. Both of these players, Tarson and DIMAGA, are longtime Brood War players. Tarson was a very, very strong Zerg player, and DIMAGA was a very, very strong Zerg player in Brood War. So both of them making a very strong transition over to StarCraft 2 right now. Tarson going to be throwing down, looks like a pretty standard 12 racks, 13 refinery, and I have been casting a lot of games lately. I don't really remember. I think Tarson favors that set of bio units against his Zerg opponent, and right now going to be throwing down at racks. Will he be getting mass Reapers? DIMAGA, of course, throwing down that extractor first before the spawning pool so that he can get his speedlings up and running, able to defend. DIMAGA had very, very strong micro with the speedlings and was able to hold off a majority of Muro's early pushes. No, it looks like Tarson's going to be getting that Marine, so 15 orbital, and going to be going 1-1-1 at some point. First Marine is coming out for him here on Steps of War, and DIMAGA just getting ready, getting set up to get his speedlings out there. Is able to scout, feels like he doesn't need to worry too much about that, about the Reaper coming out, which was something that he had to constantly fight in his previous game. Speed now being researched as his first Ling. Looks like it's going to be coming out soon, getting rid of this pestering SCV. Tarson, I think, not sure if he's going to keep the same strategy he had against Hydra or shift out. Looks like he's going to be going 1-1-1 at this point. Probably going to be getting a Hellion out for some early harass, and this SCV just trying to scout, preventing any sort of fast expand. First 2 Lings out for DIMAGA now on the map, and going to be destroying this skitsy little SCV right now, and Lings now just pursuing at this point. Not too much action going on the map, but DIMAGA is going to be establishing his expansion right now. Not too worried about putting it down. Not going to be getting that much pressure. I assume a Hellion will be coming out as soon as this is done for Tarson, and it does fly out right now. DIMAGA does have an Overlord here that might get taken down if it doesn't fly away in time. This Marine pumping away. Oh no, several Marines now, so this Overlord's going to pop pretty quickly. DIMAGA at this point might want to get a few more Lings and trying to expand his creep so that he can connect it to his natural, so he can try to defend it a little bit easier. A handful of Marines with an SCV out. Going to be pushing and pressuring Tarson. No, just going to be hanging around for a second. Not sure if he's waiting for his second. Not sure if he's waiting for his second Hellion or just maybe another Marine to pop out to do some sort of damage right now. Tarson not really being very aggressive, and I think he needs to be right now since his opponent has expanded, and he has seen that. DIMAGA does have a handful of Lings now on the map, so should be able to hold off the push. Tarson, I think, just waiting for a critical mass of units before he pushes in. DIMAGA trying to hide his Lings right there. Doesn't want to show off how many Lings that he has, and here comes Tarson coming in the top with the Hellions. Going to try to fry something at this point. Marines are a little bit slower, so just poking around at the front of the expansion and running up the DIMAGA trying to get us around on the units, and is able to do a pretty good job getting in there. The Queen able to take some shots as well. More Lings coming out for DIMAGA and just wiping out pretty much all the ground forces of Tarson. DIMAGA just trying to run ahead, not trying to engage immediately, but trying to get that crucial surround on these units and able to pop both the Hellions. Now trying to turn the tables, and being the aggressor is going to push in. Tarson does pop up the supply depot, and DIMAGA does realize that he should probably retreat at this point, pumping out a few more lings, but establishing his expansion and able to hold it off without too much of a problem. So DIMAGA now looks like he's going to be pulling ahead, looking at the income tab. Tarson slightly ahead as DIMAGA is saturating his expansion right now, and going to be pulling ahead pretty soon unless Tarson can apply some crazy pressure. Banshee is out for Tarson, and Cloak looks like it is being researched as well. I think Tarson's going to wait until he has probably 2 Banshees before he pushes in. DIMAGA does have how many queens on the map? Just 2 queens on the map, so might be able to hold off for a little bit. He has already upgraded to a lair and might have an overseer on the way, but the spire has been thrown down, so we'll have that anti-air pretty soon. Whether or not Tarson will be able to push in and how much damage he'll be able to do with these Banshees will be seen. Going to be getting an expansion of his own. And here come the Banshees, going to be pushing in. The Ling will probably scout them out as they run by. So great scout by DIMAGA, just running at that Ling once in a while to see what his opponent is up to and how he's going to be pushing in. Will another queen come out? Or here they come. Here come the Banshees trying to blast away at that queen. Oh, going to be taking down that queen just right away, and this could be a problem for DIMAGA as Tarson is just blasting away at the drones. DIMAGA finally pulling his drones off and trying his very best to do some damage with the queen. Overseer is being morphed in right here, and I assume some Mutalisks are coming out to defend against this. DIMAGA caught a little bit off right now with this timing. Going to be losing just a whole bunch of drones and has to pull off for the time being. Doesn't want to lose too much of them. And right now, looking at the harvester count, 32 over 19. This overseer is going to start following these Banshees right now. And where are those Mutalisks coming out? Is he going to bring them in? And here they come. And the queen out coming out as well. So losing just a ton of harvesters in that exchange, unfortunately. So things looking good for Tarson at this point, able to even things out in terms of the economy. But his opponent is now ready and probably going to try to do some sort of counterattack, although Tarson is walled off pretty well here, throwing down a few more racks. He's just going to be pumping out just a ton of Marines to defend against the only 2 Mutalisks that DIMAGA has, and DIMAGA is going to have to work on resaturating both his natural and his expansion. A tank already coming out for Tarson. The Mutalisks trying to do their very best to hit the tank before the Marines come in, but Medevac already there with the Marines, and the Marines don't have stim yet, so DIMAGA really doesn't want that tank to get sieged anywhere near his base at all. And going to be picking off just a few, possibly a few of these SCVs. No, not enough Mutalisks, and there are missile turrets already in the base. So unfortunately, DIMAGA doesn't have enough units to really, doesn't have enough Mutalisks to really do a major harass right now. Going to be trying to kite and trying to pick off just a few SCVs, also holding Tarson in the base. DIMAGA doesn't have that many forces out on the field right now, and really is trying to spend his time resaturating. I think Tarson might be able to push in at this point. Looking at the army cap, yeah, 75 over 50. So DIMAGA doing a great job keeping his opponent kind of contained in his base with just a few Mutalisks at this point. So Tarson right now still looking pretty favorable to me. Has much better economy ahead of his Zerg opponent, and looks like he will be pushing at this point. This could be it for DIMAGA, unfortunately. Some changelings trying to corral out. They will not be able to engage in battle. Maybe they can stand in front of the tanks. Nope. Temporarily distracting them, and things not looking good for DIMAGA at this point. So that early timing attack with the Banshee, catching DIMAGA just a little bit off guard and costing him just far too many drones on his line, and everything's just going to get fired. We might be seeing a GG from DIMAGA at this point. I don't think he has enough units to really get in there and fight for it. So Tarson doing a great job, and there we go. Game 1 going to Tarson. Just a good timing attack, but also catching DIMAGA. I think he might have been able to have at least one other queen out on the field, and one of his queens just got caught off guard. Wasn't even able to get an attack in. So great game by Tarson, and that has been game 1. I'm going to be shoutcasting the rest of the games. This has been JCS StarCraft, and I'm signing off.